G'day! Today in episode 479 of Trent365, how does the brand of spa stack up against the brand of wellness? I asked brand guru Martin Lindstrom for his thoughts, and one of them is a dead fish, according to Martin. G'day. A step from wellness into spas, which is the area that I tend to focus on, a lot of my listeners are in. You know, wellness is something a lot of people now are saying in the spa land, that's our shiny new thing. Everybody wants to do wellness. Every hotel general manager I speak to, every hotel owner, everybody says, I want wellness. And to your point, when I ask them, what do you mean by wellness? They sort of shrug their shoulders and say, well, you know, like meditation and yoga and stuff. And one of the things that I've said recently is that wellness doesn't have to live in the spa, and spas don't have to do wellness. And I think if you're going to do wellness, really, wellness is everything we do and everything we eat and breathe and live and everything. And so wellness kind of needs to be everywhere. Spas are trying to, I think in a way we're trying to struggle to stay relevant, because I think, 25 years ago, there was no spa in a hotel anywhere in the world, pretty much. These days, they're ubiquitous and they're everywhere. Everybody kind of expects to see a spa in a hotel, but the reality is a lot of them aren't getting used very well. And so I think as a brand, if you like, the brand of spa is struggling for relevance, and wellness seems to be the thing we're hitching our wagon to. What are your thoughts on the brand recognition of spa as a concept versus the brand recognition of, say, wellness?
First of all, I do think that spas is somewhat of a dead fish for many hotel operators, unless those hotel operators belong to a certain segment like the premium segment. I do think that the issue we see right now is a population which is under enormous pressure. And let me just explain this for a second. We don't have transformation anymore in our lives. The first thing we do when we wake up in the morning is to grab our phone. And then we're doing our work in the bathroom. And when we have breakfast, we're doing our work. And on the way to work, we do our work on our smartphones. And at work, we do our private stuff. So really, there is no offline and online. It's just one big blur where there's no transition. We know today from all sorts of studies that if we do not have a transition in our life, we actually become more unhappy and we lose a sense of purpose. And we've seen that from all sorts of studies, including a recent study published in the UK, which shows that the suicide, sadly, among young teens has gone up with 25% over the last decade, mainly because they don't have a sense of purpose. So why do I say that? Well, I say that because what we clearly are seeing right now is that people want to have a transformation in their life. That's seen through the fact that the number of people going to concerts has gone up some 30% over the last 2 years. People going to theaters in the UK has gone up 11% last year. People going to the farmers market has gone up 14% in the US last year. People going to the cinema has never been as high as it is now. In fact, the highest rated blockbuster movie screening season of all seasons in history happened last September. So what we're seeing happening right now is people want to have a transition in their life, whether that's cruise ships, theaters, or farmers markets. And this is where the wellness concept and the hotel concept come into mind. People increasingly want to escape out of the smartphone addiction, out of the feeling of that they never feel presence, out of the feeling of they never really spend quality time with themselves, so i.e. me time. So that's a new and interesting space. Whether that space would be filled up with healthy living, or would filled up with yoga, or filled up with something else is another question. But I do feel that there's an enormous space to be filled up, which calls being out of balance, and where hotels and wellness spas needs to really understand the psychology of addiction and basically detox people away from a very toxic online life.